Hello and welcome to my unboxing and first look at the Liber Astartes Loyalist Legiones Astartes Army book for Warhammer The Horus Heresy from Games Workshop. Now it's right here in this box. It consists of 328 pages, which does mean that it actually contains fewer pages than the previous edition book. It is £44. Let's unbox this. Now, I wasn't going to pick this up, but I kind of do need to review all the new minis, because unfortunately you don't get the rules for the new minis in the army set, which is a real shame and a pain. And yeah, I think it's on purpose, and you know, for a set that's almost £200, let's face it, I think it's 195, you should get all of those rules. You should at least get the rules for the miniatures in the set, and you don't, which is, well, it's unforgivable really. So I have had to pick up this book. I've had to spend another £44. So again, your support and using the Element Games affiliate link and Patreon and being a member is massively appreciated, because it means that I can pick up something like this, and this will help with any of the future newer minis that are on their way. So this is what the front looks like. Let's just take the plastic wrapping off first of all. Here we go. Now, the main difference, obviously, other than the page count, is the very shiny, glossy, almost reflective sheen that this book has, in a similar vein as the rulebook, actually, which is different to the older one from 3 years ago. The older one, I don't know what it is, but it just feels thicker. Obviously, it is heavier. There's, you know, a fair few pages. It's not a massive difference really. There is, I would say, because the page numbers end in 35, there's like 13 extra pages or so than this book. So that's the reverse. It says designed in the UK, printed in China, of course, and we will go through this book page by page. So starts off with a map, and then you've got Liber Astartes. It says 2025. You've got a 4-word, and you've got rules for Dark Angels, White Scars, Space Wolves, Imperial Fists, Blood Angels, Iron Hands, Ultramarines, Salamanders, and Raven Guard. I can only imagine how big the book would be. Probably 500 pages, or at least over 450, if you had all of the legions in one. I don't know whether that's a, you know, possibility. Yeah, could be, but there's your contents, and then it says a little quote from Lionel Johnson: "The galaxy burns, our father's kingdom torn apart from within by foulest betrayal, and into the ruinous inferno it has become. We must go to war." And then you've got the Legiones Astartes strike forces, and then Legion Command, and then a strategic disposition of a Space Marine Legion. Example unit profile. The Legiones Astartes army list. And they've just complicated things. They really have. Compared to previous edition, they didn't need to do any of this. They could have just kept it as it was, kept the rules, kept everything, but just brought out new minis. I don't think it needs a refresh every 3 years. I really don't. I think it should all be free every 3 years, and just keep pumping out the minis. You know, the amount of time and resources, I know quite a bit of this was copy and pasted, especially the lore and things, but the amount of time and energy that it must have taken. I know it's a different team and things, but to create all of these, 5 books and then 6 with the Talons of the Emperor, that could have been reinvested into new minis. Anyway, you've got Iron Hands Tactical Legionary for some reason. You've got Legiones Decurion, Wargear lists, and there you go. So there you've got your High Command, which is the Praetor. This is the new stat line, just extra numbers and things there to try and remember. You've got a Praetor in Terminator armor. You've got Praetor in Saturnine Terminator armor. So this is the new Praetor right here, down in the bottom right. So finally, I've got a stat line for him. So that's it really. That is your High Command. It's just Praetors really. Command, you've got Centurion. So we've had Centurions before. You've got Centurion in Terminator armor. Maybe we'll get a new model for that. Who knows? You've got an Opte. So you've got a lower ranking warrior. And then you've got the Damocles Command Rhino. Nice to see that here. We haven't had one of those for a while. They really don't like to put resin minis in these books. You've got a Librarian. You've got a Legion Champion. You've got a Vigilator. An Esoterrorist. You know, even for Loyalist. So might be worth picking up one of those now. Master of Signals. An Apravian. I think I've got a Pravian. A Moritat. And a Siegebreaker. I think I've got a Siegebreaker. Overseer and a Herald and a Chaplain. Then you've got Ultramarines Legion Overseer, like a little example there. Retinues, so you've got a Praetorian Command Squad. So they go around with the Praetor, I would have thought. You've got a Praetorian Command Squad with jump packs. Centurion Command Squad. Tartarus Terminator Command Squad. Cataphractii Terminator Command Squad. And that's it. So you've got those command squads. Then elites. Veteran Tactical Squad. Very important because these are the ones in the set with the disintegrator rifles. You've got the Veteran Assault Squad. A Seeker Squad. That's it for elites. Heavy Assault. You've got a Cataphractii Terminator Squad. So this is the new kind of unit type, I guess. Tartarus Terminator Squad and a Saturnine Terminator Squad, and that's it. So there's your heavy assault. Troops, you've got the Tactical Squad, Despoiler Squad, Assault Squad, Breacher Squad, and that's it. So your troops, you know, you can have assault squads now or breachers. Support, you've got a Tactical Support Squad. You've got a Heavy Support Squad, a Rapier Battery, Apothecary, Tech Marine, Deathstorm Drop Pod, Arachne Quad Accelerator Platform, and then War Engines. So you've got a Contemptor Dreadnought, a Deredio Dreadnought, Leviathan Dreadnought, and a Saturnine Dreadnought. So yeah, you've got your 4 Dreadnoughts there. But they're all in this War Engines option. So yeah, whereas before you could have a Contemptor, I think in elites, and then Leviathan and Deredio and Saturnine in heavy. You've got transports, so you've got the Rhino, Drop Pod, which will be getting the new, I say old drop pod soon. The Termite, hopefully we'll get a plastic mini of that. You know, this is the 2nd edition, and I'd like to know how many editions we're going to get through. If they're going to play this game of, oh, we're going to refresh the edition and the units every 3 years. It's like, how many editions do we have to go through before we actually get models, like plastic models? But that's the Termite. Heavy transports, so you've got a Land Raider carrier, it's called, a Spartan. I don't know why they can't call it a Land Raider Spartan, it's a bit ridiculous. Also, I don't like the font, it's too small. It's, yeah, the old book had it better, way better. Dreadnought Drop Pod, again, how many editions before we get a plastic one of those? We've got a Dreadnought Drop Pod, and we've got the big resin Charybdis Assault Claw. Recon, so you've got a new force here. Reconnaissance Squad, a Sabre, which is the smaller little fast tanks, Outrider Squadron, and the Land Raider Explorator. So that's nice for recon that you can get a Land Raider, pretty much. Tarantula Battery is actually recon as well. Yeah, it is. Fast Attack, you've got the Xiphon Interceptor. Hopefully we'll get a plastic kit of that. You've got the Storm Eagle, Fire Raptor, Scimitar Jet Bike Squadron, Javelin Squadron, and Landspeeder Squadron. So, yeah. Nice that you have your Storm Eagle and Fire Raptors as Fast Attack. Armour, so you've got the Predator, you've got the Sicaran Venator. Interesting. So, the Sicaran just has all of the different types of Sicaran in one profile, and then the Venator is separate. You've got the Kratos Assault Tank, the Vindicator Siege Tank. Again, you can have that Magna Laser Destroyer. You've got the Scorpius Missile Tank, the Arquita Bombard, all the 3 versions. And then Lords of War. So, I said it before, Lords of War. Cerberus Heavy Tank Destroyer used to be, I think it was, and now it actually is. So it's a Lord of War, Cerberus Heavy Tank Destroyer, a Typhon Heavy Siege Tank, Glaive Super Heavy Special Weapons Tank. Yeah, okay. Then you've got the Fellblade Super Heavy Battle Tank and a Falchion Super Heavy Tank Destroyer. So I think the Falchion and the Glaive will get their plastic kits now that the Fellblade is almost going to get theirs. You've got the Thunderhawk Gunship and a Sokar Pattern Stormbird. And then you've got the Mastodon Super Heavy Assault Transport, one of these things. And that's it for like the data sheets and things, I guess you'd call it. Loyalist Legiones Astartes, so you've got the Loyalist Legions. So straight away you've got Dark Angels, which has the Dark Angels Order Cenobite, Lionel Johnson. It just, to me, it just seems like not as much thought has gone into this book. Like, it just seems like, oh, here are all the data sheets, there you go. Whereas the other book had like lovely artwork and it was just more thought out, and this seems really rushed. Like, for a gap of 3 years. Anyway, you've got Corswain, Marduk Cedras, Deathwing Companion Detachment, Deathwing Dreadwing Interemptors, the Inner Circle Knight Cenobian, and then the colours of the First Legion and some examples, and then I think that's exactly the same picture as we had before. White Scars. So you've got Jagatai Khan, Kinzar, Hibu Khan, Stormseer, Golden Keshig, Ebon Keshig, Kazagan Assault Speeder, White Scars Assault Legionary. You've got a page keeper there. Colours of the 5th Legiones Astartes. And then some examples. Ah, that's different though, because you've got a White Scar Saturnine Terminator. Did we have an example? No, we didn't. Space Wolves. So we should have Lehman Ross. I think every Primarch should have a picture of himself. Vral Redblade, Geiger Fellhand, Caster of Runes, Wolfkin of Ross, Varagir, Wolfguard Terminator Squad, the Death Swarm pack, Grey Slayer pack, colours of the 6th Legiones Astartes, and yeah, why does this seem like exactly the same picture as well? Imperial Fists, so we should have Pure Fist Assault Legionary. You've got Rogel Dawn. There he is. Sigismund. It's odd. I don't know whether he's got kind of instant death anymore. He's got critical hit 6+, but I don't know. I think he's probably had a nerf. Fafnir Ran, Evander Garius, Camda Diaz, Alexis Pollux, Templar Brethren, Phalanx Warder Squad, colours of the 7th Legiones Astartes, and then we've got a picture there. That looks like we've seen that before though. Blood Angels, so we should have Sanguinius, Chapter Master Ralderon, Dominion Zephon, the Aster Crone, Blood Angels Saturnine Terminator, Crimson Paladin, Stormbreaker Cohort, the Angels Tears, Contemptor Incendius Dreadnought, colours of the 9th Legiones Astartes, Heraldry, and then we've got kind of a new picture, especially on this right side, of the Saturnine Dreadnought. Iron Hands. So, Ferrus Manus. Got Shadrach Medusan, which we've now got a mini for, I think. Iron Father, Gorgon Terminator Squad, Medusan Immortal Squad, colours of the 10th Legiones Astartes, Iron Hands Vehicle Heraldry, and then a little picture of those with a Saturnine Terminator. Ultramarines, Rebute Gilliman, Remus Ventanus, I think I've got Remus, Invictarus Suzerain Squad, Praetorian Breacher Squad, colours of the 13th Legiones Astartes, Ultramarines Vehicle Heraldry, and a little look there of them. Nothing new there, I don't think. And then Salamanders, there's a Saturnine Terminator. And then we should have Vulcan, Fire Drake Terminator Squad, Pyroclast Squad, and that's it. So literally just 2 units again for Salamanders. They get absolutely shafted. And then a little look at the Centurion. They call it Artificer Armour. You've got the Saturnine Praetor, and then the Dreadnought. Raven Guard. So there's Corvus Corax, Cades Nyx, more Dathan Squad, Dark Fury Squad, colours of the 19th Legiones Astartes, and then a Vehicle Heraldry, and then a little look here. Nothing new there, doesn't seem. Rules Appendix, Special Rules, so yeah, you'll have some of these that weren't present in the rule book. Interesting that these are at the back of the book. I think that's probably a better place to put them. And then you've got the war gear. Yeah, that's definitely a better place to put them. You've got advanced reactions. You've got armory of the Legiones Astartes. Yeah, this is definitely a better place to have them. Rather than all the legions at the back, well, towards the end, you've actually got the weapon profile. So this is a better layout. Yeah. And then that is it. That is the end of the book. So, yeah, really kind of, to me, it just seems really lackluster. I don't know, I was just expecting more. That it literally just seems to be the rules for like all of the units, the rules for the legions, and then the special rules, and then the war gear, and that's it. There's nothing extra. And a lot of this I would have thought is more copy and paste. except for slight tweaks of these rules. I mean, I will compare it to the old book in its own separate video, in another video. I just wanted to give you my first look and impressions of this book, tell you whether it's kind of worth it. But it seems like there's just not a lot. It seems like all of this could have been on the internet for free. I don't know what you're paying for, if you know what I mean. It's almost like you're paying for the privilege of having rules in physical form. This is the 21st century, guys. This is the second edition. It's not 0.5 edition or 0.6 or something like that. This is a full second edition, so it should be way better than the previous one, and it just isn't. That's a real shame. I was expecting a lot more from this. Yeah, just based on this, I don't think I'll be picking up any of the other books as well, which is a shame because I've spent like £40 odd on this book. Just spending £40, it's saved me another £200, £150, something like that. So at least, you know, it saved me that amount of money, unless you guys want me to have a look at the other books, but they're going to be exactly the same as this. Just no content, but just data sheets, which should be free by this point in second edition. Horus Heresy is definitely a big success. They've made a lot of money off of it, of all the plastic. They should be now releasing all the rules for free. If they're going to do it every 3 years. I think 3 years spending £200 plus on all of your rules, well, it'll be £250 with the rule book, is a big ask now. So yeah, that is my first look at the Liber Astartes book. I'm not impressed. I'm certainly not impressed compared to the old book. The old books seem to have a lot more love and attention in. I do like the layout better though, to have kind of all of your units at the front and then your legions and then the rules and the wargear, rather than having those sandwiched in between your standard legion rules and the legions themselves. But there we go. Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Be good to hear from you. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.